High schools and primary schools on St. Kitts have entered the final stretch of preparations to accommodate the return of students to the classrooms on Wednesday 9 September. SK Newsline visited some of the schools and spoke with principals and other officials to get a clear understanding of their readiness to receive students while observing the COVID-19 protocols. This is Glenn Batt reporting from the Basti High School. In just a short while, in just a few days' time, the students of the Basti High School will be coming to this facility. And we are here on site to determine exactly what has been prepared for them so that they can enter safely. I have with me the Deputy Head Master of the Basti High School, Mr. John Samuel. And I would like to have a talk with him, and he will tell us a little bit more about what is to be expected when the students enter on Wednesday.
Well, there have been a number of changes that would have had to take place as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. I don't know if you would realize that on the outside, initially, the pavement is actually marked so that the students, they can do their social distancing. Now, they come right down to the eastern side of the compound where we're using two gates. And a number of things will happen on entrance. First of all, there would be an individual who would be using the thermometer to check their temperatures. And that same individual will be asking them a number of questions. Questions such as, have you had any flu-like symptoms within the last 24 hours? Would you have been around anybody who have had flu-like symptoms? Have you been coughing? Have you been sneezing? Have you been experiencing any joint pains and things of that nature? So it's the temperature check along with a number of questions. Then they would go to the security officer who would check their bags as usual. And then after that, they would be directed to the area where they would be occupying within the morning session or the afternoon session, as the case might be, because the Basti High School is operating on a shift system. There are some students who will be coming in the morning, and there would be the other half of the school per se coming in the afternoon. Now, please note that while they are at home, they are expected to be doing their studies online. We are using the blended approach here at the Basti High School, so students are being addressed physically as well as virtually.
Miguel Thomas, principal of the Virtuous High School. Here at the Virtuous High School, we have employed the use of a shift system where students of Form 1 and 2, those students comprise the junior section of the school, and they will be coming in on a morning shift, while students of Forms 3 and 4 will be coming in on an afternoon shift. Now, where does that leave us as it pertains to our Form 5 students? It is hoped that once our Form 1 and 2 students have settled in and are engaged in their first session, then our fifth form will now begin. So, Forms 1 and 2, they get 3 sessions per day. In the morning, 1 hour each, instructional time. Forms 3 and 4 in the afternoon, they get 3 as well, 1 hour each. However, our Form 5 students, they are going to get 2 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, because we know that they are the school leavers, and so we want to maximize an instructional time as much as possible. As it pertains to the protocols that are in place, we recognize that here at the Virtuous High School, numbers are our friend. And so we recognize that our Form 1 and 2 students, they can be accommodated for easily as it relates to the protocols at the gate, the different checks and balances, the recording systems that must be completed before each child enters the school. So we have a system, well, as Minister Powell indicated, schools run from 8 to 4 under this new time. And so our Form 1 and 2 students, they will come and they will be greeted by their homeroom teachers on the various classes, while what we call year heads, they will be at the gate assisting with the COVID protocols along with a number of persons. Protocols include various hand sanitizations, temperature checks. We recognize that questioning would be paramount in the event that some abnormalities are identified. We recognize too that students get to school using different modes, and so in the instance where a child rides a bike, for instance, or walks to school, we recognize that the temperature might be offset. And so we have systems in place where we would give those students a time to cool down if needs be and have their temperatures rechecked, and so that we don't give any false data.
Well, we just want to make sure that the parents give the children the necessary things like hand sanitizer, mask, a little something to clean up their areas, because it's going to be heavy on the school financially to be providing cleaning stuff all the time, because usually what we will get for 3 months, we realize that it may just ease up in like 2 days, maybe a week, because of the constant cleaning that we're going to have, because we have to clean every time the children leave a class, and there are 4 double sessions for the day. So every time they leave a classroom environment, they have to clean, including when they go in the morning time to take register. So there'll be 5 different times they'll be cleaning throughout the day.
What happens if a student gets ill?
Well, if a student gets ill, based off of the temperature check in the mornings, they won't be allowed to mix in, and we will call the parents. From the parent-teachers meeting that we had last week, we already notified the parents that they will have to be here promptly once we call them, and so they'll take their children to either the medical center down here, the clinic, or there's the Mary Charles Hospital. They will seek the medical attention for their children. So we'll hold them in a different space, a holding area.
Right. So
Yes.
St. Helens is quite ready?
Ready as we can be.
Monday, many of the schools were carrying out sanitization of classrooms and having meetings in final preparation of receiving students on Wednesday. Glenn Barth, SKN Newsline.